Jake.
I'm Tom.
And this is VIMTV, Velocities in Music. This is not an episode. Today we just wanted to take a quick moment to talk about kind of what we're doing right now and how things have changed at Velocities in Music, because there's some of you that have been with us for a long, long time now. VIMTV's well over a year old. We're about, what, 15 months old now?
Yeah, something like that.
Getting there. But a lot of you guys are new users because a few months ago we did a wonderful interview with our friend Anthony Fantano at the Needle Drop, which we will link down there. But he was nice enough to interview us and kind of broadcast out to his followers about who we are. And what that did for us is it gave us tons of subscribers, because we just jumped onto this whole YouTube thing not too long ago. We had a website going long before that for you guys that are new to us. And so we kind of changed things. We kind of changed how we did things because we were getting so many more views than what we were used to, and kind of accordingly, we got a lot more requests than what we were used to getting. And we used to do at least 2 requests every set of 10 albums that we did. We would have the 9th and 10th slot essentially be a request, and we kept track of everyone's requests and we did them, and we realized very quickly that there was just going to be no way that we could possibly ever undertake every request.
It was just too much for 2 guys to do.
Oh, it was absolutely too much. I mean, we'd be punching out, I mean, we already do 10 episodes, 5 episodes a week. I mean, that's crazy.
Even if, like, with the amount of requests we were getting, even if all of the albums we reviewed were requests, we still wouldn't be able to get to all of them. Like, that's how many we were getting.
You know, we even did that once where we just did a couple sets of just all requests.
And still we couldn't keep up.
Right. So now it's just insane. So we've kind of been talking, we've been coming up with new strategies, we've been doing a lot of obscure new albums that are coming out, and really we don't see a lot of value in that. There's obviously going to be some big ones, but we want to give you guys a voice too, and we want to still keep requests and throwbacks as part of what we're doing. Part of the arsenal of VIMTV reviews is that we want to have requests and throwbacks and current albums. There's ways that we can do all of these things. So, what we've come up with is, you guys already know our format. Every 2 weeks, we review 10 albums and film all in one night. We just change shirts in between filming episodes. Really, that's our secret. And so, 2 of those albums that we film are going to be requests. Now, there's going to be 3 different kinds of requests that you're going to be able to participate in. The first is written requests. Now, you guys are great and you're all pumped up and you're giving us all these requests, and that's fantastic and we really appreciate it. But there's a problem. There's so many of you that we don't know which one of you guys really wants us to review an album. So, we're going to let you prove yourself to us. And so what I'm trying to say is, if you have a request and you're really interested in us reviewing an album, then tell us. But don't just say, please review blah, 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 Radiohead, Amnesiac. Don't just say that. Just give us a reason as to why. Write us a couple paragraphs. Doesn't have to be anything too technically complex or grammatically correct. Just give us some reason. Give us some feedback as to why you think we would like it, why or dislike it, why you want us to review it, and what you think that the album in general provides the music population. Because
honestly, like, just saying, I love this album, I mean, that's not too convincing. While I'm glad you love whatever you're listening to, we're honestly as much interested in things where you're like, a lot of people love this album, and I didn't really think so for these reasons. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Things like that are what really intrigue us and what motivate us to want to listen to an album.
Right. And so once every 2 weeks, we're going to take the best written request that we have, and we're going to contact you, and we're going to say, we're going to use this one. This one's going on our next set, and you'll be able to see it, and we will dedicate the episode to you as traditionally we have in the past, and we'll write your name on our episodes and everything. So it'll be really good, and hopefully will allow us to communicate and talk about music more, because that's what Velocities in Music is all about. Now, we have a second slot that's going to be just a straightforward throwback request. Anything, and pretty much these 2 are going to be anything that's prior to the current year, right? So, okay, so Tom, we're going to do some album riddle requests. Yes. It's kind of a game, and I'll let you talk about that.
It's a little game that we're going to play. Here's what's going to happen. Every 2 weeks, once in a week, since what Jake just explained will be one of the request slots that we'll have, the other one will be awarded to whoever can solve the album riddle. And the way that I'll do that is I'll announce a day or 2 in advance a time slot that I'm going to post on our Twitter and Facebook an album riddle. Now, on velocitiesandmusic.com, our website, we have a list of album riddles that are way old that Jake and I made a long time ago because we're uber nerds. And we love word games, we love music, so why not combine the
Right.
two? So for all of you who are as nerdy as we are, you'll really get into this. Now, the reason we didn't want to have both slots be like this is because we know there are people that aren't like-minded to us and as nerdy, and that's totally cool. You're probably cooler than we are. But we want to give that opportunity to people, too, that are like us.
Well,
so,
and it allows us to get another level of engagement and have fun with music, because that's what this is about.
So what will be is I will announce, I'll say, you know, this day, around this time, I'm going to post the album riddle. And then I'll post it on Twitter and Facebook, and whoever answers it correctly, whoever's the first to answer it correctly, which, by the way, I don't want a response in Twitter, I don't want a comment on Facebook, because I don't want people to see your answers. Because the way we're going to do it actually is so that we can get more people in there. We're going to have it so the same person can't win 2 sets in a row. But go to our website. There's an email submission form on every page, right on the side. You just type in your information and give us your answer. And the first person who gives us the right answer will get to pick any album, any that you can ever imagine. With the exception, I will say, I apologize that I said any so many times, and then I'm going to put a limit on it. But I'm sorry, no local bands. Right. Just because, and I'm in a local band, I know how much it probably pains you to have me say that, because we've gotten a lot of great local bands asked to have us review their albums, and it's just the kind of thing where we don't want to get
it's an ethical issue.
It is. We don't want to get a reputation going where just, oh, these guys will review any local album. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's got to be something that we can find that, you know, is signed to somewhere that we can, you know, get on iTunes or iMesh or wherever, or even find in stores.
Right.
But any album that falls under that category, you get to pick, we'll review it.
Right.
Bam.
And you're going to post a follow-up video sometime giving more details?
Yes, I will.
Sweet. Because I'm sure that...
It sounds a little confusing.
It will be, and we'll provide you guys with ample information to make, you know, the right kind of what you want to do, how you want to go about requesting or participating at Velocities in Music. Now, we are going to offer a third way. We've noticed in writing all of our schedules that there's a lot of new albums coming out. There's stuff that we want to do, and then there's stuff that you guys would like that we don't necessarily, we aren't necessarily aware of or necessarily really care or want to review. But if it's of value to you guys, we want to make you happy. I mean, we're making these reviews partially for us and partially for you guys. So the third thing that we're going to do is a couple more albums out of every set. So we're going to have the 2 requests, and then a couple more albums out of every set we're gonna make a survey for, and we're gonna say these are gonna all be new albums that are coming out, and we're gonna tweet about it, we're gonna put it on Facebook, we might even announce it in a video if we're that savvy, and then we're just gonna have you guys go out and vote on them, and then it'll be a Survey Monkey survey, you'll vote on the album, and we'll do the top 2 albums will get voted on.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
2 or 3, whatever, depending on what type of music.
Because some weeks we're just overwhelmed with awesome albums that we have to check out.
This is a good week for us. But anyways, that's kind of what we're doing right now at Velocities in Music. It's going to give you guys a chance to get a couple throwbacks in every set of 10 episodes we review. So every 2 weeks there'll be at least 2 throwbacks. That'll be before 2011 or new releases. And then also it'll give you guys some input on the new releases that we're doing. So hopefully it gives just another level of engagement between these 2 guys and you crazy folks.
And we just want you guys to get involved. And that's why I'm really looking forward to like the survey, the voting system, because then, you know, if we don't pick your written request, if you don't happen to win the album riddle game, then you can still have your voice be heard by voting on what albums we pick.
Absolutely. The 3 tiers of Velocities in Music requests.
Exactly.
There you go. So guys, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about these crazy ideas, and if you're excited about it, if you're ready to participate, let us know, because we're pumped up. I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are VIMTV, moving music critique forward.